how fast should you be writing your proposals and getting them sent out? Now, we only know that somebody is writing a proposal when it is first created. That's our first bit of notification in our system that somebody's actually started writing a proposal. So we don't know if they've left it for several days before that. So this is where our data starts. But here's what we found. If you send a proposal within 24 hours, your conversion rate is 25% higher than if you sent it after 3 days. Now, I don't know about you, but if every 4 proposals you sent, you were either going to get none or one, wouldn't you put the effort in and send it within 24 hours? I mean, I know I certainly would. So what this really goes to show, and let's cover time to sign as well, because basically look at this. This is excitement. This is pure excitement. This is capitalizing on somebody's excitement levels here. So there's 2 massive things that you gain by sending the proposal within 24 hours. So obviously one is conversion rate, which is them going ahead or not. The other is the amount of time it took them to sign the proposal. Now, 6 days isn't too bad. That's pretty good. Some people are obviously going to do this quicker, but it's quite shocking that how quickly it drops off. The conversion rate almost disappears completely after even just 1 day, and the time to sign when they do eventually sign is up around 10 days, which is, probably why they're not going ahead, a lot of them. So why is this? Now, when you're sitting in the meeting with the client, or you're on the phone and you've had your discovery process and you've gone through and you've asked them their questions and everyone's excited. You're excited because there's a new project. They're excited because they're going to get their thing fixed. Everybody's excited. This excitement level, this adrenaline, your heart's beating faster. Everything's great. That's exactly where you want them. And it's exactly where they want you. And everything's all good. And then you just leave it. And I can't understand why anybody would do that. And we noticed that in our old agency and in our old software company, that when we got the proposal to people very, very quickly, there was a massive, massive uptake in the number of people that eventually signed, and ultimately the time to sign and the conversion rate as well. So there's a couple of different ways that you can go about doing this. And I'm going to stick on this point a little bit because there's a lot that you can learn here. The reason that a lot of people in my time running better proposals struggle to get these things done quickly is because they believe that they need to be so custom. And I think that as an industry or a collective of people that are sending proposals, we all need to adjust this mindset. Your proposal does not need to be completely custom written for every project. And I don't care how important you think that client is or how much you want that job, it doesn't justify you spending 20 hours in front of a computer writing a proposal. It just doesn't. So if you're working in and around the sub $20,000 per sale range, you absolutely can use a template to get your proposal sent out, customizing the important sections. Now, I'll tell you the sections you need to customize. The first one is the introduction. This absolutely needs to be custom every single time. There is no exception. This should be based on the conversation you've actually had with your client. You need to ask them good questions. You need to get to the truth of what they're actually trying to achieve and their goals, and dig deeper than that and really find out why. And then that needs to make up your introduction. That is it. Nothing about you, nothing about awards you've won, none of that. Just restate to them exactly what they're trying to achieve. That's it. The second thing is any timescales and the what you're going to do part. So this is obviously going to vary depending on industry, but when looking at what you're actually going to do, this should be somewhat templated, but you will need to adjust it. So if you're designing a website for somebody, for instance, you might map out the pages that you're going to create for them, or make a note of the features that you're going to create for them in that particular website. But beyond that, the majority of it you should have done before already. This should be something that you've already done and you've already got saved as a starting point. The third thing is the price. And that's pretty much it. There shouldn't be much else that you change there. There's not really an awful lot of reason to go through anything else. I mean, potentially, if you're working within a specific industry and you've got a lot of clients and case studies, then I would choose a relevant case study to include. That would be a really, really good move. But beyond that, there's really not an awful lot of point in customizing every single part of the proposal. So one way that you can get this sorted out here is make sure that all of the other pages or sections that you have in your proposal, aside from the introduction, the what you're going to do part, the price, and the case study, you don't touch it. The terms and conditions stay the same. Your guarantee, if you have one, stays the same. Your about us or whatever it is, all that stuff stays the same. Everything stays except those things. And all you're really doing is just amending what's already there. The only thing you write from scratch is the introduction. That's it. So if you've got that to do, and you know that that is a 15, 20, at the absolute tops, 30-minute task, it is very, very easy to get the proposal done within 24 hours. A little trick I used to do, I would go to a meeting. I would rarely do this stuff over the phone. I would actually go and see them. I would go to the meeting, and then immediately after the meeting, I would not go home. I wouldn't go and have lunch. I wouldn't do anything. I would go straight to a hotel reception area or lobby, and I would sit there, have a coffee, and do it there. Don't even go home or back to the office or anything. Don't allow those other distractions to come in. Just assume you're still in the meeting. You're still in quiet mode. Your phone's still on silent. You still haven't checked it. Just go straight somewhere quiet, coffee shop, wherever you want to go, wherever you feel happy, and just get the damn thing done. You don't have to send it then, because obviously that does look a little bit, weird. Leave it a few hours, but get it straight to them. I can't stress this enough. It's the simplest thing to change and improve results.